Hey everyone, and welcome back to For the Par Mind Body Golf. It brings me great pleasure to welcome you to the very first episode of Break 35. Now, I can already hear the comments, oh, this is just a spin-off of Rick Shill's Break 75 or Bubby Golf's Break 37, Garrett Clark, all of those names. I get it. Totally understand, and I guess to a point, yes, it is a spin-off of those, but there's a bit more context to this. So obviously, as you all know, I'm just getting used to my brand new irons. I've had my Titleist T150s now for about a month, just shy of, and my new Vokey SM9s for a couple of weeks. So I'm still getting used to those clubs, and at the moment what I'm finding is I can string 9 holes together quite successfully. Playing a full 18 right now is proving a little bit challenging for whatever reason. I need to dive into that and understand, it could be a psychological thing, it could be something physical that's going on with my body. But fundamentally, there is a reason that I've chosen to go for a Break 35 series. A lot of it stems from, like I say, the confidence I have at the moment around my golf. So playing 9 holes and playing them well versus playing 18 holes and it feeling like a bit of a struggle. Additionally, at my home course, I'm very fortunate that we have 2 courses. One is a par 71, the other is a par 69. Now, on each of those courses, a Break 35 series is enabling me to either shoot level par, 1 under par, 2 over par, and 1 under par respectively. So I've got a lot of options out there. There are varying degrees of difficulty for this challenge. Obviously, if I go away and play other courses, I'll take that into account as well. But fundamentally, this Break 35, for my handicap of 5.3, along with what I want to be shooting on a semi-regular basis, which is around, a gross par figure, this challenge just made a lot of sense to me. So I'm going to shut up now. Let's just dive into the content. So quite literally, first swing of the day here, I've done exactly what I tell everyone not to do, which is I've come straight from the car, straight out onto the golf course. It's my own doing. It's a very early tee off today. I think we teed off at 7 a.m. on this occasion. But anyway, got a 4 iron in hand, just aiming for the middle of the fairway, somewhere around a 200-yard carry, just to start the day. And as you can see, we end up a little bit left, but very, very happy with this as a first swing. So here I left myself with about a 85-yard chip to the flag. It was a front flag today on the right. And again, just because it's very early in the day and also I haven't practiced beforehand, I come up 5-10 yards short, not the end of the world. I'm using my 56 degree here, just playing a little bump and run, and really happy with the outcome actually. It's left myself approximately a 3 to 4 foot putt for a par, starting the day out strong, really, really happy. Then what better way to finish the first hole with a 1 putt? So there we go, level par through 1, on to the next hole. Ooh. I played a 4 iron off the tee just to, in theory, get myself in play, but I've left myself in trouble. I've completely blocked myself out by the trees. So just taking my 7 iron here and playing a puncher out. So here we are, middle of the fairway. I've left myself approximately 170 in, got a bit of wind behind, and I'm playing a 8 iron into the green here. And we end up playing a nice baby draw just to the right-hand side of the green. As I mentioned, I was expecting it to end a little bit short of the flag, and we did in fact do that. So not the end of the world. We've got a putt now for par. Let's try and get this sunk. So I should have called this out on the first hole, but you probably see a little bit better on this one. I'm actually using a loaner putter at the moment. So I've got a very old Odyssey Rosie in the bag at the moment that a friend has kindly lent me. My Odyssey 7 is currently being used by my brother-in-law. So once that's back, hopefully the strokes gained on putting will improve again. But nonetheless, we hit a half decent stroke here, and just left ourselves with a little tidy up for a bogey here on the second. So here we are on the third tee box. We are actually behind where we need to be. So for this particular 9 holes, so the front 9 of Jonagorn, we need to be at 1 under to achieve. In fact, we need to be at 2 under to achieve breaking 35. So like I say, this is a tall ask on this side, not a major issue. I'd rather the challenge be a stretch goal than something that I'm going to achieve easily. nonetheless, we're on the third tee box. We've got plenty of golf to go. Let's see if we can break 35. Second shot in, got 160 to a back pin. I'm actually taking a 9-iron here. We've got obviously a downhill to take into account, a little bit of breeze behind, and I know 9-iron is going to get me somewhere at the front, or not, if not the middle of the green, and maybe if I'm lucky, could catch a flyer and end up at the back with the pin. So we're on the green in regulation. That being said, we have got one of the longer putts that we would find on this course, but I give it a nice confident stroke. Knowing I've got a bit of a bank behind the hole to stop the ball and potentially even come back a little bit. So yeah, we end up probably 3 or 4 foot past and roll back down to about 3 foot for a clean up par putt, which on this occasion, as you're about to see, we sink. Par 3 here, we've got 155 to the front pin. Now this green is a 2-tiered green, and ideally you don't want to be on the wrong tier because it does make for a very interesting putt. We absolutely smoked this one. The 8-iron landed exactly where I wanted it to, about that 160 mark on the bank of the hill, and span back towards the hole. I did get quite excited when it was in the air. I thought, this could be the time where I'd need my hole-in-one insurance. Wasn't meant to be, but we've left ourselves probably 6-7 foot for a birdie putt here on the fourth. Just a minor misread here, missed the ball just under the hole. I thought it was going to turn a little bit more than it did. No major dramas, again, tap in par, we remain 1 over par. Hey everyone, just jumping in here real quick before we carry on with the video. If you wouldn't mind and you're enjoying today's content, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, send me a comment. I'd love to know your thoughts around what you're seeing, what you'd like to see, if there are areas of improvement that you'd like me to work on. I'm still in a learning process here, so any and all feedback would be great. Anyway, comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when For the Par are posting new videos. But that's me done for self-promotion. Let's get back to the content. Couple of things worth mentioning here. Firstly, you probably noticed that I'm using a 3-wood and not a driver. There is a reason for that. Right now, for whatever reason, I cannot hit my driver. So just to rule out the potential desire or little devil in my head that says, yeah, use the driver, I've just taken it out of the bag for the time being. I feel a lot more confident with my 3-wood. I can still carry my 3-wood 260 with a total of 280-ish, and around my home courses, that's more than ample for 90% of the holes. So that's the first thing I want to call out. Second thing I want to call out, one thing that makes this particular task very, very difficult is on this course we have what is locally known as our very own amen corner. Starting with this hole, the 5th is the 3rd hardest hole on the golf course. We then have the 6th, which is the 1st hardest hole on the golf course, followed by 7, which, albeit a shorter par 4, is still 7th on the scorecard and has a green that will test even the best of golfers. Middle of the fairway, 170 into the flag. On this occasion, I just leave the club face ever so slightly open and produce a little baby fade as opposed to a draw, but it does inherently take a little bit of distance off. And here we have that chip. I know everything on this green is going to roll from right to left, so I'm aiming sort of 5-6 feet right of the flag, and to be honest, I hit this exactly how I wanted it. The ball rolls out beautifully. It thinks about heading towards the hole. Just comes up maybe 1 or 2 foot short for a almost tap in par. So on this hole, thrilled. So we start the 6th, one over again. So like I mentioned, this is the hardest hole on the course. Just for a bit of context, it's approximately 460, 470 from the tips, dogleg right. Like I say, this is probably one of those holes where the driver would be a real nice thing to have in the bag, but as long as you can carry towards the corner-ish, and if not past it, then you've still got a 1 position for the green here. Again, taking my 3-wood. Unfortunately, I just start this a little bit further right than I would like. I am going for a fade here. It's what makes sense on this hole. But I start a little bit too far right and I end up just right rough, just off the fairway. So for a player who likes to hit a lot of draws, I am having to hit quite a lot of fades here. So because of where I've left myself, I have these overhanging trees in front of me. I know on the camera they maybe don't look like they're in play. They are very much in play if you play a draw. But I'm testing myself here on keeping myself in check and playing a fade, and I execute it perfectly. I think I had a 4-iron here. I knew 4-iron with a fade wasn't going to get there, but if I get myself middle of the fairway towards the green, I'd be more than happy on this hole. So, and we do it just that. So as I mentioned, got a little chip here. Seems to be the theme at the moment, not quite getting that that distance control right on the shot into the green, but that's not a problem. My short game is something I'm quite pleased with, and having brand new wedges and the SM9s is really helping that. The 56 degree is probably my favourite club in my bag right now, and yeah, I just give this one a little bump and end up probably 7 foot short, so not too bad on an uphill lie. Yeah, really happy with this. One thing I will say about my putting on this day is, for the most part, it was very confident. There wasn't many putts that I left short. They were predominantly going past the hole, which is, you know, really something positive for me to take away. On this occasion, yeah, just rolled past the hole by about 1 or 2 foot. A little tap in to tidy up for a bogey, putting us at +2 for the round. So we've really got to fight in these next 3 holes if we want to try and break 35 here.
No, God, please, no!
Seems like every time I don't record, I end up in the tree somewhere. So again, I've just played a silly fade. I think I'm leaving the club face open a little bit on some of these shots. Over on the right hand side of the fairway here, I'm happy to play another punch shot out. At least you know that on this Break 35 series, you are going to get the entire picture of how I play golf. There's no post-production magic. So I had my 48 in my hand here, and just trying to play it just under the tree into the bank. Now, I didn't quite do that. It ended up going through 2 of the branches. Now, I very much got that 80% air on the tree there, into the bank, and I've stopped at the back of the green. So all in all, I'm not upset with the shot. I wish it was obviously in a better position at the start, but we play the breaks that we've left ourselves in. As I mentioned, we're at the back of the green here. We have got a long, horrible putt. This green slopes everything, as you can see, from right to left, and it is a quick green. It's just notorious on this course for being one of the quickest greens that we've got. Again, really pleased with the putt. It was pretty confident. Yes, it probably ended up needing to be a little bit further out on the initial line, but I'm really happy with the distance control. And you know, I've left myself 2-3 foot for a bogey here, so let's see if we can sink this one and finish the hole out. And although not an easy putt, we have finished the hole out with a bogey here, so we are now 3 up. That breaking 35 is looking less and less likely at this point. Bit of an annoying one here. I think a bit of overcorrection probably happened here for this fade that's been happening for a few shots now, and essentially just pull my draw. So it's not very often on a 320 yard par 4 that I will hit 3-wood 4-iron, but hey, there's a first for everything. So here I am, after hitting the tree and coming back a long way. I've got 4-iron in hand, just trying to get it as far up there as I possibly can. Hit a lovely shot actually here. I'm really pleased. It wasn't the best lie in the world in the rough, but we got it plenty of the way up the fairway. And yeah, onto the next couple of shots, which hopefully we can get up and down for a par here. So we've got about 30 yards here into the green. Front flag. I play this chip. It's probably one of the better chips I've played all year. It very much skirts the hole. Both me and my playing partner were getting quite excited. But as you can see by my face, not quite the fairy tale that we needed here. So yeah, left myself a little bit long, probably about 6, 7, 8 foot for a par here. But let's see if we can sink it and finish the round strong. And what a great putt! We absolutely nailed this, middle of the cup. You can see here, I'm absolutely thrilled with this. It was a great recovery, considering we had an almost lost ball on the first shot. To walk away with a par on the 8th here, absolutely awesome. So we stay at 3 over. Once again on the tee shot here, using the 3-wood. Started left and it kind of stays left, to be honest. Not the worst miss. There are trees on the right, which is your worst miss on this hole. You completely block yourself out over there. So if there's a professional miss to be had, it's the one I've done here. 4-iron in hand. Just aiming to go straight over the bunker, and somewhere in the middle of the fairway, leaving myself somewhere between 80 and 100 yards would be the ideal here, to give myself the best opportunity to get up and down. So as per the game plan on that second shot, I've actually left myself exactly what I wanted. I left 95 yards to a middle pin here, so a full 56 for me, just about, yeah, aiming to get as close as possibly can. I know going to be potentially a little bit of spin, so trying to take that into account, playing it just slightly behind the hole and spinning back if we can. So we actually pitched probably 6 foot short of the hole and spun back to probably 15 feet in the end. A bit of a shame. It was, like I say, a really lovely shot, but leaving myself a very long uphill putt here for the bogey. For the birdie. We just skirt the underside of the hole. I didn't read this very well at all, but I hit it with again that confident pace that I've been seeing all day. So yeah, not the best result, but we've got an opportunity to par putt out here. Though it's quite close, this was actually a little tricky putt. It had quite a lot of left to right in it, and yeah, really pleased to see this one go down. So ended up on the par here, which left us at 3 over for the 9 holes. The par on the front 9 here is a 36, so that left us on 39. So we're 5 shots difference to where we want to be on the break 35 campaign. Like I say, that's why I'm doing this challenge. I think 35 is a really good goal for a player like me. There was definitely opportunity to be at least 3 if not 5 better today. So as this challenge goes on and we take on different parts of the courses, I think there's a real opportunity that break 35 is a real genuine goal, and I'm excited to see how we get on with this. So that is the first episode of Break 35 done. I really hope that you've enjoyed the content. I've enjoyed making it, and I think this challenge is just perfect for where I'm at right now with my golf. And I think it fits into a nice smaller format of video. Obviously, if you all out there would like to see the longer format, like a full 18 or whatever it happens to be, please let me know in the comments. But right now, I think this Break 35 series, along with some of the other content that I'll be doing, it fits in perfectly with what my goal is for the channel. So speaking of other content, we will have a 1 month in review of the titleist T150s very soon. I'm going to give it a few more weeks to do the SM9s, and then we're going to talk about what else I'm going to do with my bag. You've probably noticed by now that sometimes the club choice are quite limited, especially at the top of the bag. So I'm currently short 3 clubs in my bag essentially. So I need to work out and talk through with you all what my plans are there. Once again, thank you all so much for watching the video. I've been Alex. This has been For the Par, Mind, Body, Golf. I'll see you in the next video.